Many days for Me Academy students probably begin a lot like this. You wake up in your comfy bed, eat something good for breakfast, get dressed and brush your teeth. Then log into Me Academy and get ready for some learning fun. But how would you feel if your life was centered around military training instead? Instead of living at home, you went to a military boarding school to train for battle. It would be extremely hard at times, but you also might have the chance to be part of one of the most feared and famous armies the world has ever known. An army like they had in ancient Sparta. Our objectives for the day are to describe the political structure of Sparta, describe important aspects of Spartan culture, explain the importance of the military in Spartan society, and explain the purpose of the Peloponnesian League. You remember how every city in ancient Greece had its own special style? Like Athens loved learning and being wise. Well, guess what? Sparta was totally different. People used to be super scared of Sparta because they were all about being strong soldiers and super strict. So a powerful army, strict rules. What kind of government do you think they had? Their government was really unique. They had 2 kings at the same time. Kind of like having 2 team captains. They came from 2 different families, so no family could boss everyone around. And guess what's really cool? Both of these kings were said to be related to the ancient Greek superhero Hercules. The 2 kings had jobs that were different too. One was like the main general in charge of their army, and the other took care of day-to-day stuff in the city.
There were also these 5 officials called ephors.
They were like the city's top cops, making sure everyone followed the rules. They had so much power that they could even tell the kings to step down. Oh, and there was this group called the Council of Elders. It was like a club of 28 grandpas who could say no to new rules if they didn't like them. And guess what? If you were a guy over 30 in Sparta, you got to join a group called the Assembly that made big choices, like if they should go into battle. Sparta really wanted everyone to be tough and ready for battle, so they had a lot of rules and didn't let people do whatever they wanted. All the land belonged to the polis, not the people. They didn't really like trading with others either. They wanted to do everything on their own. And that independence became a big part of their culture. Above all else, Sparta was a place where everyone aimed to be super tough and disciplined. They weren't big on doing your own thing. It was all about being strong together. So in Sparta, people were sorted into 3 basic groups: citizens, perikoi, and helots. Citizens were born in Sparta and were the main members of society. The perikoi were free folk who lived nearby, but they weren't quite full citizens. And then there were the helots. These were workers who did all of the heavy lifting and farming for the citizens. It's worth noting that both the perikoi and the helots would fight with the army if necessary. Okay, remember how schools in Athens focused on knowledge and learning? What do you think was the top priority for schools in Sparta? Pause for a moment to respond. Schools in Sparta were more about getting tough. Boys started military training at 7 years old, learning to be awesome warriors. And girls, they learned how to be strong moms for future Spartans. But they didn't just forget books and songs. Kids also learned to read, write, and even play music. But make no mistake, getting physically strong and tough was the top priority. One super cool thing? Spartans loved hanging out together. They ate together, lived close by, and didn't really care about having tons of stuff or money. They kept everyone tight-knit and made sure no one got too selfish. In short, Sparta was all about teamwork and being powerful. They wanted to make sure that they could handle any challenge that came their way. Did you know that Sparta had some of the best farming lands in all of Greece? Yeah, but what kind of problems can that create? Yeah, when you have something valuable like awesome farmlands, everyone else wants it too. So the Spartans always had to be ready for a fight. That's part of the reason they began training boys to fight at a young age. They pushed loyalty and bravery. That was their jam. The training was super hard too, but it made sure Sparta had the best defenders around. Because of this, the military was like the biggest deal in Sparta. Everyone had each other's backs, making sure they were super united. Yeah, Spartans were like the superhero warriors of Greece, even playing a big role in victories over the huge Persian army. But sometimes they didn't just fight outsiders. Sometimes the problems were much closer to home. A long time ago, Sparta and some other Greek cities teamed up and made this group called the Peloponnesian League. Sparta was like the team captain and coach for the group. They trained everyone and made sure that they were ready for anything. But here's a question. Why do you think the Peloponnesian League was formed? Pause here and jot down your response. Well, there were several reasons, but the big one was a feud with another polis called Athens. Yeah, that Athens. Athens had a super strong navy, loads of money, and they controlled a lot of trade. You remember they even made their own group called the Delian League? Well, with all of this going on, other city-states started to think, maybe Athens is getting a bit too strong. Oh, and remember Athens took some money from the Delian League for themselves? Not cool, right? Well, some of the Delian League became upset with Athens and left the group, and a few even joined the Peloponnesian League. So, as you might expect, Sparta and Athens got into a huge fight called the Peloponnesian War. It was Sparta's team versus Athens' team, and they battled for nearly 30 years. In the end, Sparta's team won and took over Athens. But after all that fighting, Greece was never really the same ever again. The Peloponnesian War is just one example why the great city-states of Greece, like Athens and Sparta, never really united to form one empire. Then along came this young man named Alexander from a place called Macedonia. But that's a story for another day. Until then, historians, keep uncovering the past and looking to the future. And remember to always be clever. Hey, hey.